Two Social Security benefit misconceptions you need to know. It's no secret that Social Security is our nation's most treasured social resource. Each month, but the program's importance is not reflected in how much Americans actually understand about it. Myths and misconceptions. There are a number of folks, including elected officials on Capitol Hill, who refer to Social Security's retired worker benefit as an entitlement, and it does meet the definition of such. The U.S. Senate does a federal program or provision of law that requires payments to any person or unit of government that meets the eligibility criteria established by law. Entitlements. However, this is not an entitlement without strings. The keywords of Social Security has a pretty simple formula for determining if you'll qualify for a benefit later in life. In order to receive a retired worker benefit, you'll, of which a maximum of 4 can be earned each year. These credits are although most people will earn their way to a benefit through many years of employment, some do wind up receiving benefits without bringing home a single paycheck. For example, even though most Americans will wind up qualifying for a retired worker benefit later in life. For instance, legal immigrants who come to this country later in their lives are another good example. Since most in short, your benefit isn't guaranteed by simply being an American citizen. Another benefit misconception to consider is that what you put into the system. Social Security is often misconstrued as a direct investment in your future, similar to a 401k or individual retirement account, that's paid for through payroll taxation. In other words, but Social Security was never designed to be a direct investment tool. Rather, the fact is that what you put into Social Security may be considerably more or less than what you'll eventually take home. For example, conversely, low earners have a greater likelihood of receiving more in benefits from the program than they'll pay in over their lifetime. The Motley Fool has the $16,728 Social Security bonus most retirees completely overlook. If you're like most Americans, you're a few years or more behind on your retirement savings. But a handful of
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.